There are more scams in the world today than there's ever been before. Watch this video till the end to educate you on how you can stop yourself from being scammed and evade these criminals from taking your money. The first one is phishing scams through emails. A lot of times we find that email marketing emails things or markets things that are false. And some of the things that you can do to check whether you're being emailed by the correct companies, to check the email address that they're using and make sure it corresponds with the exact email address that they've used before. Number two, also make sure that the communication from the email is not conjuring or forcing you to put or deposit money in a certain place. The second way you can protect yourself, it's no longer safe just to say because I deposit the money in a bank account, I'll be safe. A lot of impersonators are going out there and pretending as though they're certain people. They even go to the extent of opening up bank accounts that they can use to take the money, clean the money through cryptocurrencies and take your money away. Make sure that you're aware of this and you protect yourself by not sharing your money or depositing your money in anybody's bank account. Make sure that you're aware of what company you're dealing with. You've spoken with the company, you verified that is the company that you're dealing with before putting in any deposit. Another way that scammers are using, which is very popular, is promising people jobs on the internet. I interacted with a gentleman that was promised a job in England while he's in Africa to work in a hotel. And all he needed to do was deposit 3,000 Rand, which is $250, in a bank account for him to get his application processed. Due to his dire and desperate situation, he went forth and did that. And those people used that deposit to credit themselves into cryptocurrency, and as a result, they took away or scammed him of his money. How they do this is they basically get you to believe that you are depositing into their bank account with the validity of you believing that they afterwards you'll be able to go and claim back that money if they've scammed you because it is a bank. And what happens is most of the times they are trading on P2P platforms, peer-to-peer platforms, where they're buying Bitcoin from somebody else and they give you that person's banking details. After you've deposited the funds into that person's banking details, they then get the Bitcoins released on their side and they're gone with the money. You will never ever see them again. You then come forth complaining that somebody or this bank account scammed you of money or the owner of that bank account, and that person knows nothing because all they were doing is they were trading peer-to-peer on an exchange. So always make sure that whoever you're sending money to, for whatever reason, you've checked and you made sure that that specific company is legitimate and it exists. Another way to protect your accounts on the internet is to make sure that you implement what we call a two-factor authentication. It can be SMS, it can be an application that allows you to get a new code every single time you log on to a specific platform. Remember, people are able to clone or hack into email addresses and get those sort of passwords from your email address, etc. However, when you've got a 2FA application, it's unhackable, it's unclonable. When you've got an SMS notification, that also cannot be hacked unless you've given somebody your details. So always make sure that these security features are well set up in your account and that your account is always safe. Lastly, please note, we live in a world today where scammers and people who scam are now part of corporate culture. They now wake up in the morning, go to the office, they study you, and they make sure that they make it a point to take your money away. They legitimize themselves as much as they possibly can through looking like legitimate companies, having office buildings, having testimonials, shooting videos like the same video I'm shooting right now to convince you that they are real, they are proper, and they can do what they can do. Even with artificial intelligence, we are seeing that cloning a human being is possible where their lips can move in a certain direction and say something that they're not actually saying, and you might believe that that is them. Images, profiles on social media can be cloned, and they're always cloned in order to ensure that you believe the validity that you're actually speaking to the right person when you're not. It's important in this day and age that you are more vigilant on the internet, you are more careful, and you make calculated decisions about where you send your money. Because in this day and age, we are finding out that even organized crime is a thing where people set up legitimate companies, they set up legitimate head offices, they do everything legitimately, but at the end of the day, it is all a scam. So be very careful. My advice to you, rather get the knowledge yourself, learn how to do things yourself, whether it be trading, whether it be some sort of training, whether it be whatever you want to do, learn it for yourself and rather acquire the information and the knowledge for you to be able to do it yourself so that you don't fall privy to these scams. So many people have been scammed. I would like for you to share your story in the chat box if you've been scammed so that you may assist somebody who might fall into a scam on the internet that they might find. So share your story below in the comment section so more people can see the way that these criminal syndicates and scammers actually work. And in some worst case scenarios, these criminals and these scammers actually use other people's identities as well as real life influencers to advertise and make something look legitimate, even though it is not. Be very, very careful. There are a lot of scammers out there that are after your money. Make sure that you're extra safe, extra careful, knowledge first, double check, and always make sure that you verify any information with trusted sources. Wait, send emails to legitimate companies, even if it means you waiting a little bit longer. You're not gonna lose out by waiting 2 days. Wait, do thorough research, and then afterwards, you then are able to continue. I myself have suffered a lot of impersonations. I've had a lot of people say that they've seen social media accounts that are fake. And that's the reason why in this video, I've been posting or giving you the correct social media accounts that you can follow. So make sure that you follow the correct social media accounts. My website is also available. Everybody who works with me or together with me is available on my website together with their numbers. So be very careful of communicating with anybody else on the internet, as only these platforms are legitimate and the correct platforms. Thank you very much.